I was just like, this sounds super foreshadowing. And like, he's not telling a lie to Violet. He's telling a selective truth right here.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm literally obsessed.
Hey besties,
welcome to
Literally Obsessed.
It's Cassie
and Brittany.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome everybody. Sit down.
Take a seat. Grab a drink. Grab a snack.
Grab a
Let's
pal,
chat.
Grab a stuffed animal.
There we go.
Whatever you want to do. Hope you
dog,
guys are
your cat.
having fun on your commute to work. Hope it's bright and sunny.
Bright and sunny and shiny.
It's almost nighttime here, so
it is. Sorry.
Back
to the night episodes. At least for right now. We're trying to get ahead.
Yeah. We're okay. We're good.
We're good.
Actually. We're filming 3 episodes this week, basically.
Yeah.
Because we're good. I fear I'm gonna start laughing soon.
Knock it off, kid. Knock it off.
Guys, I know we mentioned last week that we are like going through a weird transition with our lives at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm just starting to get to the level of tiredness / delusion.
Yeah.
So it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode I'll break down, but and Brittany too.
Maybe. I don't know.
I hope.
We'll see. Okay. Well, for this episode, we are covering chapters 26 through 29 of Onyx Storm. Mm-hmm. Exciting. We're going to the Isles. So here we go. Away we go.
Ticket.
Hope y'all have your tickets because we are flying. Okay, I'm sorry. Go on. Say, I don't want to take your usual spiel that you do at the beginning.
Oh, please, my pleasure. Awesome. You guys can check out our Patreon. We have book club, book besties. You guys can join that. We have some extra content for you guys. You guys get early access to episodes. So go ahead and check that out. We also have our newsletter. This is the day before April. By the time you're listening to this. Not for us currently right now filming. But yeah. For our newsletter, we post it at the beginning of the month. And you guys can kind of see an update from Britt and I about the podcast, about what we're up to, what we're reading, all that kind of fun jazz. And we also have our merch. So go ahead and check that out. We have some sweatshirts, stickers, all the fun jazz. And everything will be in our link tree. So go ahead and check it out, y'all.
This is also going to be the day that this goes live, the day before our birthday.
The day before summer.
For our first birthday.
Sing us happy birthday right now.
We're listening.
A little pitchy, but so cute. Thank you.
Jeez, Cassie. She's going to be a little snippy this episode because she's
sorry.
tired.
I'm so sorry. I really am going to try to not be after right now.
Okay, perfect. And then the last thing before we dive in, content spoiler warning. Y'all already know we spoil everything. We talk about everything. And then content, if Xaden's involved, our feminism goes out the window. So
what she said, y'all.
There we go.
Beautiful. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with chapter 26. I'm gonna try to actually say all these words
you got it, girl.
coherently. All right, we start the chapter with Violet checking in on old man Taryn to make sure he is feeling okay, since she's feeling he's a little weak. Violet quickly gets humbled by Taryn, stating that he is just irritated and tired. Go figure. We are on the pursuit to save little baby Prince Halden, and 2 guards try to stop them. Xaden tells them that they are here to get the prince and that he is the Duke of Tyrrendor. They ask who Violet is, and Xaden immediately says that she is his consort. They finally sit down with the king, and Violet gets straight to the point, asking what Halden did. Halden says he reestablished diplomacy with Deverelli and asked to use Takaris' manor for a search mission with dragons in exchange for the blade of Eratia, which was not his to give. Courtlyn stabs Halden's hand, and Xaden says that the blade belongs to him because it was his father's. Takaris tells Courtlyn he can't just hold Halden hostage, and then Courtlyn brings out these panthers. Like, what's actually happening? Shira, Sheba, and Shora. the Panthers, they circle around Xaden and are trying to, while Xaden is trying to renegotiate terms so they don't end up being the 3 deadly killers dinner. In this, Violet asks Courtlyn if they defeated Venin in hopes to find out more about the cure, quote unquote. Courtlyn diverts his answer, and Taryn becomes more worried that they are about to be eaten. Courtlyn talks about how his little house cats are so hungry, and then boom, we see Halden's private guard, aka hookup buddy's head, being served on a silver platter. Yikes. We found out that Halden ordered her, meaning the guard, to steal back what was Navarre's, which really explains why they are in this tough little situation. Courtlyn orders his guards to kill all of them. Chapter 27. Xaden and Violet start to fuck some of these guards up, which then leads to Violet getting knocked and Xaden going feral. Xaden starts getting into a really bad rage and then killed all 12 guards. Violet checks his eyes and yup, they have red rims. Violet tells Xaden to go to timeout and has Taryn and Darna on standby while she tries to girl boss her way into negotiating with Courtlyn. Violet tells Darna to hold Shira in her teeth as a scare tactic and a way for Courtlyn to listen to her. Violet basically said that she is not one to be messed with and neither are her dragons, and they negotiate in Darna's shell for alliance and the dismissal of the crimes Halden created.
Good job.
Thank
Chapter
you.
28. 3 days later, we are in Battle Brief learning about the fall of Valia. Signisan flyers are now at Basgiath and the Venin are moving to Krovla again. We learn that Courtlyn wanted to trade Xaden and Violet's services for weaponry, which is weird because they don't have magic in the Isles. Violet figures out that the Venin are less than a day's flight away from Corden and somehow know about the Eurasian wards and are moving into position for the inevitability of them failing. The next week goes by in a blur as Violet is doing everything to prepare for the journey to Unnbriel. The gang is all reading and the first years join in to help. Xaden is back after a week and is seemingly all good again, or as good as he can be. Mm-hmm. The gang is trying to figure out the best plan of action for visiting the Isles, and Violet decides, fuck the rules, they are not coming back between Isles. Bodhi and Violet chat about Xaden's eyes changing to amber and the rush to find a cure. And Bodhi also gives Violet 2 vials of serum and antidote in case she needs to use them. Meanwhile, in class, a second year is sparring and literally channels in front of everyone before Carr kills her with no questions asked. Chapter 29. It's been 10 days and Traeger and Marin have been added to the quest squad. Mira is back from leave, sketchy. Xaden and Halden are fighting, what's new? And finally getting to see the reunion between Halden and Arik. They argue a bit, but ultimately leave for Unnbriel, with Violet promising Halden that she won't let anything happen to Arik. We finally learn that Mira went to see their estranged grandmother, and even though Mira knows the tea, she won't share it with Violet. What the hell? They have another awkward moment before Mira storms off, and the rest start setting up camp. The group is attacked by a soldier, but don't worry, y'all. We've got Xaden.
Period. We were literally saying how these chapters have so much but not a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's like a lot.
It's just very wordy, which I think we've talked about this, and this is the feedback that Miss Rebecca has gotten before. It's just sometimes it can be a little bit wordy.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt in these chapters. Like some of these I was like, this didn't need to be a 25-minute chapter.
The whole like Panther situation.
Yeah.
Could have cut that down.
It was a little
slightly.
drawn out. Yeah.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just like when you're reading it, it's like, oh my God, it's wordy.
I think it was I noticed it a lot when we went back to Battle Brief. Like we were talking for a while.
That was especially wordy. Yeah. It was kind of like, let's move this along.
It forward a little bit. But anywho, let's get into our deep dive, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to talk about this epigraph for chapter 26 really fast and kind of see if you have any thoughts on it. It says, in the first 24 hours of removal from source magic, the subject, an asim, presented as even-tempered, but withdrawal quickly revealed the subject's true nature, requiring the subject's immediately transfer to stage 2 of the study. And then it's a little bit more where it says like the different groups that it was categorized.
Right.
I'm really interested as to why this was picked for this specific chapter.
Right.
And also want to know more about like this anatomy that they have about Venin. because it says that it's by Captain Dominic Prischel, which doesn't ring a bell to me. So, and again, it could just be like some random captain or whoever that wrote about Venin.
Yeah.
But it was just a very, I don't know if I just am not reading it correctly, but I was just like, we have to talk about this little epigraph.
Yeah, no, first time I read that, because we've kind of come to realize that the epigraphs usually have something to do with the chapters in some way, or kind of foreshadows something that's going to happen in the chapters. So when I read that, I was like, something's going to happen with Xaden.
Yeah.
And something did happen with Xaden.
Yeah.
But I have questions having gone back and read because, I mean, I think I talk about it later, but it's like we know that he channels because of the alloy and the daggers. So it's not that he necessarily went crazy. He just was able to find magic.
He was able to channel through it.
My other question is, he is apparently not an ASIM according to Violet. She says later how long before the progression to ASIM.
Yeah.
So he's not?
I don't know.
He's an initiate still, I guess.
So it's like, why would
so
they
then
put
that
that?
doesn't really apply to him. And so then my other question is, I don't know, I guess I'm just a little bit confused the differences between Jack and Xaden, because we've talked about it before, but Jack is like near death, being suspended away from magic. But then we go to these isles that don't have any magic, and Xaden's like, life is so peaceful.
Yeah,
and so they're having very different experiences, and maybe it's because Jack is an ASIM. Maybe, and I don't know, but
it's really interesting.
I am a little bit confused on why he is finding it so peaceful without magic, because that doesn't really seem correct.
Yeah, and then I also kind of want to like just quickly put that out there where it says like her results, meaning like the study of who they were like looking at, can be found in two categories: death by fire and death by poison. I don't really necessarily know why that correlates with anything, but it just kind of like brought to my attention kind of like the study of like what they've already seen of Venin, and the fact that like we have two big characters, Xaden and Jack, that we still just don't know a lot about. So I just thought that it was very interesting. I don't know. I really wish, and y'all don't get upset with me. Oh, she's spicy.
No, because we've talked before. Violet is asking dumb questions.
That's true.
Okay. And some people have gotten mad that I've said that Violet is asking dumb questions, but it is the truth.
It's the truth.
I am not hating on her. I'm just saying she is asking the wrong questions.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jack is like, don't you want to know this? Don't you want to know? And I'm like, we do, Jack. We do. But she's like, no, so what's the cure? He's not going to tell you, Violet.
Or do you think he really knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I also think he doesn't know.
But like, why would you even ask that knowing you're not going to get an answer?
But I feel like if I was questioning him and he was like, don't you want to know when I turned? I'd be like, actually, yeah. I would like to know. So I just feel like she could learn more information, but she's so narrow-minded in some moments, which is weird for her.
Yeah.
Because that's usually not her. I think it's just because she's like on a mission. Yeah. But she's usually not so narrow-minded. And I feel like in these moments, like with Jack, she's very just set on a goal that she's not paying attention to the other things at hand. Yeah. And if she would open her mind up a little bit, she would find the answers that she was looking for. Okay, moving on. I'm just crying at Taryn saying, like, Violet's like, you're in pain. You didn't tell me. And he's like, so? And then he's like, you're always in pain. And like, I don't make a big deal. Or you don't make a big deal about it. And so we just kind of. Funny. But I thought it was like a sweet moment. Yeah. Like, so what? You constantly live in pain. And we just like move on. You know? So it's like he's willing to make like the same sacrifice to. Oh,
I love him.
I love him so much.
I love him.
It's just a cute moment.
Yeah.
Between we don't get a lot of like sweet moments
Not anymore.
from Taryn. Yeah.
Not anymore. I just want to say I don't know, randomly after doing this, I had like the moment like a moment where I was like, I have to read their first kiss again. Like
I love their first kiss.
I put on False God by Taylor Swift and then I read it.
Yeah.
Felt so much more alive again.
Yeah.
It was after I was watching To All the Boys.
Love that movie as well.
I just needed a bit of serotonin yesterday, but
no, sometimes I go back and I will reread specific chapters from Fourth Wing because I'm just like, they make me so happy.
Yeah, and like Taryn used to be just not more sweet, but like a little bit more motivational back then.
I think he's being a little bit tougher on her these days, which she needs sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's being a little bit more like eyes on the prize. We have a mission, or like, you know, this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I respect it.
I understand it. But again, very sweet moment. Just want to say another mention of swords on Xaden's back. Yeah. And this is like 1 out of 4 in these chapters.
Yeah. I didn't write it, but something that I thought was interesting, maybe it means nothing. I couldn't exactly find a correlation to it. There was a lot of mention of blue in this chapter.
You're right, actually. Blue like, sash, dude.
Blue sashes, blue orbs. So I don't know if that's like Dune's color. I guess I didn't research fully. I didn't have a ton of time. Sigale. Yeah. I don't know. There was just a lot of mention of blue. There. Yeah.
Put a pin on it. I thought it was very funny, but Violet saying she could really use Dane right now, and then Xaden saying he could live the rest of his life without hearing her say that again. We're back to Xaden dissing Dane. Just for a second.
I'm literally like, boys, please.
Get it
together. Are we not
Let's
moved
stay
on?
Professional.
Stay professional. Also, like, Xaden, get over it, bud.
You know she's not gonna ever go back
literally
to Dane.
Get over it. I'm so over him. Okay, Xaden saying that if Halden stays, when they are saying like he could just stay prisoner, it would, quote, make things difficult back home for someone I have ... complicated loyalty to. That's very interesting to me. And Violet thinks Auric ? But we never know why, and we can just assume that they're working together.
Yeah.
So
I have a thought.
Go on.
Because you were saying how you mentioned this a couple episodes ago where we thought that maybe they like had been talking together, working together, and also that Auric had seen a lot of prophecies or whatever in the meantime. And so this line, when I reread it, I was just like, this sounds super foreshadowing. And like, he's not telling a lie to Violet. He's telling a selective truth right here. Yeah. So I think it like I need to pay more close attention to what he says when he's talking about Auric, I think.
So do we think Auric knows he's Venin?
I think so, but
or that maybe Auric sees him channeling in the future.
I think Auric must have already seen something to do with Xaden being Venin. Whether or not he had the confirmation, yes, but there's just too much that he's seen already to have missed that, right? Yeah. So
I'm so curious. I mean, I would love, as we all know, like a couple Xaden chapters. Obviously of like him with Violet, but even just like him in private, and I know that Rebecca's not going to give it to us because he has too many secrets, but like, how did this start? You know what I mean? Who approached who? What did the conversation look like? Him saying that he has loyalty for somebody is a very weird sentence, like a very weird thing from him. He doesn't have loyalty to like anybody except for Violet. So, and he does say complicated loyalty, but that's very weird that he would admit he
complicated. Sorry, not to cut you off. But complicated sounds interesting to me because it sounds like someone owes someone something, or like their relationship was built on like a weird base. You know what I mean?
Which, I mean, it kind of, they kind of just like need each other, right, to work through this
like,
plan.
Exactly. So it's like maybe they're unsure of what they can give each other, or unsure of what they can like use each other for. You know what I mean? So it's just. It's very interesting, and I think when I was rereading, which we can get into a little bit later, but when we finally see Auric and Halden like reunite or whatever, I was paying very close attention to what Auric was saying. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I picked up on anything specifically, but I have to keep paying attention to kind of their interactions from this point, because I feel like it's going to actually say more than we think.
Definitely.
So something good to point out, and if any of you guys see anything or have noticed something, let us know, because this is a theory that I think that we're starting to develop. Maybe
100%.
Okay. We get a little bit of fourth wing feeling flirting going on when Xaden jokes with Violet about being his consort. And I think it was when she was just like, and consort really? And he's like, what? Like, girlfriend just doesn't sound
which
permanent.
can I say, even they never refer to each other as anything. Their relationship's so weird. Like, he has never like officially asked her anything. Anytime somebody says like, are you guys dating, it's like, no. So him saying like, well, me calling you my girlfriend doesn't sound whatever. It's like, I've never even heard you say that, Xaden. It kind of gave me like butterflies. I was like, she's your girlfriend? What's happening?
Tell me more.
But I also said like, he 1000% had the ring in his pocket.
He was just
like maybe not literally,
I know,
but you know, mentally, like he had it. And I have seen people say when they go to Deverelli, and I'm assuming when he buys her the black silk or whatever, that he has like a black pouch, and maybe the ring is in there, ? Which also he comes back from being with Dane, and so I'm like, are you guys secretly like okay, or what's going on? You're having these secret relationships with all these other people.
My little heart wants to tell me that Dane like knew,
like,
or at least had an inkling feeling that Xaden was gonna ask something, or had like this as a, I don't know, I don't really know, I don't know what Dane knows or what doesn't, but how cute would have that been? It
is a very sweet moment though, of her being like, we can't talk about this now or whatever. He's like, okay, when do you want to talk about it?
But he was so serious.
And she's like, whoa.
So I didn't know that this was a thing.
She's like, we're literally going into enemy territory, and you want to talk about marriage.
Which brings me to my next point, which is like the pure foreshadowing within this point. And he was just like, well, I already, basically, like, to summarize it, he's just saying like, I know we're going to be tied together. We're always on the brink of death. When there's never going to be a good time to talk about this, all of this stuff, everything he was saying was basically foreshadowing, and it was just really wild because he wrote out the ending for us. And then also him correcting the blue sash guy, saying it's Sorengale when when Violet was like, close enough to Sorensale. Really funny.
Do you think she's gonna take Xaden's last name? Do you think he's gonna take hers?
He's like, I'm Xaden Sorengale. He would put hearts around
it. My god. Do you think he like wrote in his notebook? Like,
oh my god.
Xaden and Violet.
I could low-key see him. He's a feminist.
That's fair. He'd be like,
love his wife.
Let's hyphenate, you know?
Oh my god, he would. Let's mesh it. Sorenice.
Ryergale.
Ryergale sounds
I don't know.
Than Sorensen, whatever.
I don't know. I do have to say, not that I'm mad that they're married, but I am a little bit.
I am.
Just because we didn't get to see it.
We didn't get to see an engagement.
We didn't get to see it. We didn't get to see a proposal. This is all moving too fast for my liking.
And I am in this relationship.
I'm also like, guys, we've only known each other a year.
No.
Let's take a step back.
Let's remember where we are.
I too have only known you guys for like a year. Let's take a step back. Like, let's really make sure we want to spend the rest of our lives together. You know what I mean?
No, like, we should think about our commitment first.
It's moving a little fast.
I agree. And like,
people are gonna hate that. I'm sorry.
From a diplomatic side, I get it, Xaden. I understand why you made this decision.
No, I fully understand.
Understand it. From a romantic side, absolutely hate it.
I want just a little bit more.
I wanted to see an engagement.
Yeah,
I wanted to see it.
No, I wanted
to see the process.
I hope that when they get back, we can like do a redo.
We have to pretend like this never happened.
I'd be like, take back the ring, propose again. We need a year long. Because I want to see it. I'm not okay with this. Like, if we don't get a fucking wedding scene, I'm quite literally gonna burn my book. I'm so mad.
No, it would rob us of so many beautiful things.
I'm also just a little bit upset because Rebecca has said that being Venom doesn't change your not mentality, but like your decision making and stuff. I guess we don't fully know if that's true or not. Like, she could have been lying to us.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing some TikToks of people saying like he's not himself potentially in the wedding because he like channeled fully, and like what if like
that pisses me off.
Right. It made me even more upset. Like, I was like, honestly, fuck this. No. Take back the ring. I'm so mad. Why would you guys say that?
No.
You're telling me that they got married and like he's not even
him?
he's not even him. He's not even like into it.
He's just like, damn. Here.
Like, I don't know.
Take
it just
my hand.
really makes me upset.
No, the whole thing pisses me off.
And like when
then leaves her
Theophany
with a
says,
note.
yeah. And when Theophany says that like their kind doesn't love, that's another, it's like, so was he like emotionally not in it anymore?
Like, fuck.
You know what I mean?
Was there a breakup?
Was there a
aka
little
wedding.
part of him that was still feeling, I don't know, and just like, fuck, that makes me really upset that he's like a shell of a person.
We had an amazing first kiss scene and we got a shitty wedding scene.
Yeah, it pisses me off.
I'm so angry.
So I'm sorry, but I'm mad.
I'm sorry, but I'm upset with the choices we made here.
Yeah. That's
Rebecca.
all. Let's move on.
Anyways, I just think that was so traumatic.
This was.
But I saw it in my head.
Yeah.
His Halden's little personal guard's strawberry curly hair head just being on a silver platter.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was
why,
kind of crazy.
But it was just like, because they revealed like a chunk of meat, right? It was
yeah,
like
which I was like,
cow.
fuck, is it her?
I was like, oh.
Do you think?
Not them being like, yeah, that must have been from a huge heifer. Violet's
Okay.
like, damn, that's from
You're
a
right.
big ass
You're
cow.
right. She is like, that's the largest fucking piece of meat I've ever. Okay, I'm so sorry to Captain whatever your name was. I'm so sorry. No, it was probably a cow. It was.
How crazy that would have been honestly kind of closure for her to go, fuck you, Halden, and your heifer ex-girlfriend. Like crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Can you
gosh.
imagine?
Okay, well, sorry. I forgot that she's. Yeah, like this is the biggest slab of meat I've ever seen in my life.
Crazy, but anyways, just envisioning this like head with like strawberry curls, just like this, and Xaden going, "Don't look," and she's
yeah, she's like, where? Violet's the wrong person to be like,
the wrong person to be like,
Yeah.
"Don't look right now," but there's someone, and she's like, "Where?"
yeah.
She's the worst person to do that.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I don't know, but just truly very traumatizing.
No, literally, and then the way that she says the cat, the panther, whatever.
No, fuck.
Just like, it's like, what the hell?
Violet says like Xaden's like arm just like
Yeah.
crunches. Are you fucking
No,
kidding
that's
me?
crazy. I was like, he's a good villain. Courtlyn.
Yeah, he's
I'm
really
kind of
good.
eating it up. Like
was
Rebecca
giving us
does know
Varish.
how to write a good villain.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He was really good.
Yeah.
And I liked the something about this book really gave ACOTAR vibes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And like this part specifically really gave me Amarantha,
Oh, okay.
that like villainous vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've been really trying to go back into ACOTAR recently.
Yeah, you really have been on the ACOTAR train.
Okay. Chapter 27.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that this little epigraph, it might be just a personal thing, but I think it's a little silly and real to me because it says sometimes diplomacy is best served at sword point. And like it's from Lilith. And I would just like to know where she got that info. Like where she got that inspiration from. She's just been in tons of just like,
She's like, kill him. It's metaphorical, I think.
It's just funny to me.
I don't think it's
because she's just like, some of my best shit or some of the best like diplomatic decisions happen at sword point.
But I took it metaphorically.
Oh, I took it for real literally, and that's why I was like, it's so
how did
serious.
you guys take it?
Tell me how you guys
Because
took
I
it.
thought it was metaphorical.
It's definitely-
like, meaning like sometimes violence is the answer.
It's definitely metaphorical, but I think in my head it's hilarious to think that
She's like, on God.
she's like, on God, sir. she's like make this decision for me. It's just really funny, and I don't know, it was just funny. Anyways, okay.
Oh my God, I typed out this entire quote just to see that you wrote it, and I was like, fuck, deleted it all.
I'm so sorry.
No, I just didn't see it, and then I was like, I can't believe I typed out this long ass quote. But I'm glad we were on the same wavelength.
Beautiful. Okay. I'm just gonna say the quote and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I've seen him battle before, seen the icy rage that comes over him, even the killing calm. I've witnessed the transformation from man to weapon, watched strategy overtake compassion, and just like we're trained for. It's one step past fury as though Dune herself, whoa.
Re-say that.
Whoa.
Re-say that right now.
Overtake compassion just like we're trained for. It's one step past fury as though Dune herself has stepped into his eyes and now appears back at me.
As Xaden.
But he's not.
Girl, when you're exact quoting,
It's a text to speech.
you gotta not do that.
I had to.
You gotta not.
I also
Not when you're doing an exact quote. You can get sued for that. You can get.
Let me copyright it or let me cite it.
Make sure you're citing.
This is from Violet, author Rebecca Yaros 2025.
Okay, well, I just feel like you ruined the quote a little bit.
You want to pull it up?
Well, no, you read the whole thing. I just think it was a little weird towards the end.
Got it. I'll take it. I'll take.
Guys, what do you think?
Well,
if we're exact quoting,
they're gonna hate me.
If we're exact quoting, I just think exact quote.
Okay, do you want me to go back?
No, it's fine. I just from this point forward, no more text to speech for you.
I'm just so lazy. Okay,
fix it, girl. They expect more from you.
Do they?
Do y'all? That's what I thought. Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay, first part.
You know what makes me even more mad? That I did type it all the way out.
Well, then why didn't you keep it?
Because I thought I looked up and I went, oh, she already wrote it.
Next
time I'm going to delete what you wrote.
You're going to have to double check me.
Yeah, obviously.
You know me and spelling don't go together.
I typed out the whole damn thing, quotations, marks and all.
I put the quotes on it. Just not the right words.
The commas were all wrong.
That's Siri's fault.
That's your fault, girl.
Okay, let's move on. Okay. Too much bickering for one moment. Okay, first thing. Icy rage. We talked about ice.
You're right.
We told each other that we would look out for the ice part.
You're right.
Ice.
Okay, for me, it's the Dune. Mm-hmm. As though Dune herself has stepped into his eyes and now appears back at me. Or now peers back. Whatever it was. I don't fucking know because it's not the right quote.
We got it. We for sure understand.
Cassy, we're supposed to be a deep dive podcast, bitch. Deep dive.
I am deep diving. At least I wrote the deep dive. At least I did it. I just can't speak. Okay. I'm going back in right now.
Okay.
Hold on.
Dune is looking back at her. We know the connection to Xaden and Dune. Mm-hmm. Swords on the back. All of that.
All of it.
Something about him her saying he's Xaden, but he's not.
He's not.
What the fuck does that mean, Violet?
Damn it, I can't find it.
It's okay.
Okay, it's one step past fury as though Dune herself has stepped into his eyes and now peers back at me. Yeah, you're right. He's Xaden, but he's not. So it's like, what is that look to his face that's not appearing as Xaden? Like, what do we think that would be? Just like this, this no emotion.
Yeah, I guess.
But she also says like fury and like there's
it's past fury, so he's so upset.
I've never seen someone like that. Maybe like
I guess luckily I have never seen that.
Yeah,
but
just in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, as icy as she's saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the he's Xaden, but he's not. What is he? Venom. But I don't know. It's just there's a lot of moments like that. I have like more written down in these chapters where it's like he's Xaden but he's not. He's this, but it's a little
like
off.
Bodhi and Garrick also say the exact same thing.
Yeah,
I think specifically Garrick said that like a couple chapters ago.
Yeah, and also just him being like they're all dead gave me Fourth Wing vibes. Mm-hmm. Him coming in her room and killing everybody. It's pretty much the exact same thing.
How many people has he killed?
A lot. How much blood does he have on his hands?
Do you know the Ballad of Songbirds?
Yeah.
You know how she's just like, how many people have you killed? And he's like, 3. She's like, I only know 2. Who's the other one? He's like, my old self.
I forgot about that.
It was like he's just like a killer like him.
It's like we think 12, 13. He's killed off himself.
At least.
No, 12.
Plus like the 8 that were in her room.
Halden and Aric's brother is 13 plus like however many, let's just say 6.
6.
So we're at 19. No. Yes. Sure.
I don't know how to do math. And then like plus like a lot of other people. So I'm gonna guess like at least 40.
Okay, that's a big jump, but
think like animals too.
you think he's killed animals?
Like a wyvern.
Oh,
Is that an
that's
animal?
different.
That's
I'm
an
talking
animal.
humans.
Well, that's a soul.
Are they? They're just kind of puppets.
You don't think animals have
No,
souls?
no, wyvern. Stop it. Wyvern. Wyvern are just like being controlled.
Okay, he's killed 41 himself.
So fucking stupid.
Move on.
Let's move on.
Oh,
Yeah.
just that he's hot for killing 12 people. So toxic.
Yeah.
And then
I think you're a dark romance girl.
I so am.
We got to get you on a dark romance book.
Is Quicksilver a dark romance? I think it is.
I think I'm going to read that next.
I bought it already.
Actually, I'm like enjoying the book that I'm reading. It's been slow. I don't know what it is. I just can't wait for it to be over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not exactly going to DNF it, but part of me is like, what if I just start Quicksilver?
Mm-hmm.
And come back to it later.
I literally just licked it.
Oh.
It's gross.
But yeah, I really want to read it.
I think it is a dark romance, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely fantasy, but I just don't know if it's dark romance.
I don't know. I don't know if I would consider it dark romance. Dark romance is like,
It's pretty, yeah, sometimes it's like really...
it's like, what's that one? You guys know, the
Haunting
popular
of-
one.
the
Yes. Like he
Hunting of-
kidnaps her, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was about to say something and I shouldn't
No, don't, girl. It's going to be on the internet
I'll tell you
forever.
off camera. There's a lot of things I've already said on camera.
It's true, and y'all hold us to it.
Also that Violet is a girl boss because she really just said, sit down with your eyes closed while I fucking
She's
clean
kind
up
of been,
your mess. Like, I love it. It was
she's
so
kind of been
good.
a girl boss these past two chapters.
She's hot for it too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. She really said, sit
She said,
and
"Sit, put your head in your hands, and I will let you know when you're done." She put him on timeout.
No, she literally put him in timeout.
Dang, and then he's like,
He's
he's like, okay, it's kind of hot. Anyway,
damn, I have a boner.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll blow through these ones quick. And Darna holding Shira in her mouth. I gotta see it.
Yeah,
in the
it's
show.
funny.
Just really funny. And then yet another mention of swords on Xaden's back when she allows him to stand back up.
Yep.
She's like, get your swords,
Get your swords and
put them on your back.
yeah. I just want to throw out how fucking cool to own a dragon eggshell.
Dude.
And the way it's described is pretty cool. Like, imagine displaying that in your house. Also, how big do we think it is?
fucking huge.
Right?
She was huge.
Do you think it's
Even
like
as
Harry
baby.
Potter size? Do you think it's bigger?
Well, was it the full shell? I can't remember.
It might have been cracked.
I just can't
But
remember.
in
if it
Harry
was just like
Potter, it's not too big.
but I think they're bigger.
I think they're bigger
that
too.
If she's
That's
if
pretty
she was
cool
a-
to have like in your foyer.
be like, oh, and look at this. We have the 7th breed of dragons.
That's pretty cool.
Like a very rare dragon's eggshell. Like, yeah, that would do numbers on eBay. That could get your house paid off.
Yeah.
And the rest of your lineage paid off too.
Yeah. I would
pretty
take
sick.
it. And then it's like you're the king. How
Like,
fucking
fuck
cool.
yeah. I would also maybe take a couple fragments and put it into like jewelry or something.
Ah, that's with some resin.
But some really awful yeah, absolutely.
How else are you going to put it into jewelry?
They have magic.
Okay.
I could
All right.
make it a rune or something. I don't
That's
know.
well, okay.
Well,
All right. Anyway, chapter 28. Okay. Why do we think that Asher went by a different last name? He was brought up in past books, literally even Fourth Wing. We just didn't realize that it was her dad. And I actually don't know if Violet did either. Because there's a mention in, I think, Iron Flame of them reading books. And it says Asher Daxton. She doesn't say, like, dad. She just moves on. Do we think...
he's a ghost author.
No.
Okay.
That... Good point. Sorry, let me be supportive. do we think he's a feminist as well? And he took Lilith's last name.
You think what was Dixon?
Daxton.
Lilith Daxton. That's pretty regal sounding.
No, his was Daxton.
Oh, that's right. Duh.
And Lilith Sorringale, and so then he took Sorringale.
That would be cute.
Because she does make a comment of, I can tell the difference between my dad writing when he was 23 versus like these books, which I fucking hope so.
Right. You would think that you'd see it. I would hope he got better.
Yeah.
By 23. You know? Like, I would hope he had progressed as an
by
adult.
the time, yeah.
Oh my God, how cute would that have been if you took Lilith's last name and then Xaden took Violet's last name.
Dang, I do think Ryerson is a really fucking cool last name.
It's a cool last
name. So is
name.
Sorringale, but
I think he would think her last name is
because it wouldn't be Ryerson House anymore.
The Sorringale
house, which is still fucking cool.
It would be like Sorringale's house, formerly known as the Ryerson House. That would be funny. But maybe, I don't know. It's very interesting. I don't know why he would go underneath if it wasn't even anyone's last name.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like a mentor he had, or like maybe it was someone.
Maybe. I mean, maybe it is like a ghost
name.
Or I don't know.
What are they called?
Not a stage name. I'm a theater kid, so I'm like,
sorry.
It's a stage name. A pen name. There we go.
Yeah,
right, maybe it's a pen name.
Yo no sé.
So I don't know, but I saw a TikTok about this. And Violet comments a lot on men's appearances in this book and how attractive they are. Mm-hmm. Like, she calls multiple people handsome and like really explains their features. And when they're talking about the flyer in Battle Brief, she says something about like, something about his annoying face, but those glasses are really working for him. I've got to admit. What a weird thing to say, right?
That's really interesting.
And it is a little bit weird because she's usually only had eyes for Xaden and hasn't pointed out how like attractive other people are. And I saw people say this and I was kind of like, whatever. But this one is a little bit weird because I could see her being random. Like, yes, Halden was attractive. That's why I was into him. Or like the king. Wow, the king is like young and hot. Sure. You know? But this one's a little bit weird to be like, he's got like an annoying smile, but those glasses are doing something.
You know what? You're going to have to walk with me here. This might be a little crazy.
Okay, let's hear it. But
just because I had recently just read their first kiss, remember how she had like this, because of, you know, Taryn and Sigil, she had this like slight lust for Liam, but it was just like an attraction that she was saying. But of course she was underneath that like weird magic that was making her feel that way, right? Maybe this is just a thought. Let me put that out there. I have to. It's like viewer discretion is advised.
Opinions will be shared.
But what I'm saying is like, I have never really thought about like maybe with like the weird dynamic now between like Sigil and Taryn, and like maybe there's some kind of weird disconnect now with Xaden and everything.
Yeah.
That the powers are starting to feel weird. Maybe her emotions are too high, like too uncontrollable, and that's why she's maybe pointing things out that normally she wouldn't, or acting strange. Just a thought, but I don't know. I just, when you said like she hadn't really said anything about other people, thought about like when was the last time she's kind of not meant for her reasoning of lust, but like Liam, when she pointed out like, oh, I could probably make out with Liam right now.
Yeah, fair girl. All of us too. But
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a very weird comment of like, this guy's fucking rude also. And then she's just like, man, I gotta be honest, those glasses are doing something. I'm like, glasses, Violet?
Or she's just like a regular 21-year-old
But and
girl.
that's also fair. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like for her to be like, damn, the king's kind of hot. Like, I get it. I don't know. It's just something specifically about this one that I found a little weird.
It was a little random.
It just like, I don't know. It just also like never came back into play. So I was like, why was that a comment worth making? But yeah, at the end of the day, she's just a girl.
She's just a girl with thoughts.
It's true.
Speaking of someone who has thoughts, Riddick, him saying "good thing I fuck like a third year" had to have been one of the most highlighted, like popular highlights I think I saw on Kindle. Very iconic. Love the confidence, Riddick. We've said this before, but I also think it's crazy to me that we went through all of that thing at Courtlyn, and then they're back in class for Battle Brief. It's just funny to me.
She's like 8 hours later and we're in battle brief.
8 hours later.
Well, it was a punishment from
yeah.
Atos, but it is kind of crazy that just straight back to class you go.
Yeah, it's just funny to me that they go through that. I also want to point out Violet is very, very smart as hell. Again, she's just confusing us this book where she's dumb and smart. But when she talked about how she knows Venon's next move and for them to know about Erasha's wards, she picks up on things so quickly.
We get an answer kind of to this later, but like Mira taking a leave of absence, the fuck?
The fuck? The fuck? She loves to take a leave of absence.
Well, what are you talking about? She's never taken one before.
Well, she's late to everything, so everything could be a leave of absence. She's leaving and she's absent.
Okay, fair. A leave of absence for us, just not like a military leave of absence. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
She's fucking sauce.
Something's weird.
Okay, this quote. It says, "A corner of his mouth lifts into a wry smile that reminds me of his cousins when talking about Bodhi." Interesting.
She loves to compare them.
She loves to compare them.
This is the scene. I believe we talked about it a while back because when we were first talking about how we think Bodhi might have feelings.
I'm so glad you added this.
Yes. But Bodhi might have feelings for Xaden, and something about I don't know what.
Did you just say Bodhi might have feelings for Xaden?
Did I? It's been a long day.
That's canon.
That's a canon event, actually.
Oh, they're cousins.
Whoa. Okay. Ew. Sorry. Let me restart this.
Is real dark romance.
Okay. Let me go back. Let me go back. Okay. We talked about it that Bodhi might have feelings for Violet. Okay. So this was the scene, and I don't know what it is, y'all. But something about, I said this last time, the way that she says, like, "Hey, Bodhi," and he goes, "Hey, Violet." I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm weird. Like, that's lust, if I've ever seen it.
That's how I flirt.
It was just a weird conversation. But she asks if he has a second signet. He smiles like his cousin, and it says, "Don't have one, just like Xaden." Okay. We know that Xaden presents himself to not have a second signet. Random thought here. What if Bodhi is also in Tinsic? I'm just assuming everyone's in Tinsic right now. What if, though, and that was like a little hint or a little foreshadowing? Because somebody is supposed to be alive that can help Violet with her signet. That's all.
Food for thought.
And then also just Sloane blushing at Dane. So cute.
We're not at that part yet where he says eyes on me.
That's like unfortunately at the end. I know.
Can't wait till we get there.
I can't wait
to get there.
I can't wait to read that again because it
was great. That was a nice little break. Okay. I just want to say some funny writing to you, Miss Rebecca. Thought this was really funny. "Asshole," she whispers, and the flush in her cheeks deepen. I lift my brows at the look she shoots him, mostly because I can't tell if she wants to stab him in his seat or fuck. Garrick mutters. Like, I think that's so funny.
Wait, was it flesh or flush?
Flush.
Flesh?
Flush.
Got it. I was like
toilet.
The flesh in her cheeks.
The flesh in her cheeks.
Okay, yeah. So
you have to update yourself.
She's blushing.
Yeah, she's blushing, and then it's just funny how she's like, can't tell if she's this or fuck. And I was like, that's hilarious. Something a little. I didn't really catch that the first time.
You know what you just gave right now? You're like, fuck. Garrick mutters. It's giving the like, "Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire?" Dumbledore says calmly. That's what you just gave right now.
I fucking love that shit. That was so funny. That was trending. It was so good.
Oh, man. Okay.
Says calmly.
So, this is just another weird moment pointed out. It says, "The whites of his eyes are clear, but something about the color ... Something
about the color.
About the color. I mean, I'm assuming it's because they're amber.
Yeah.
But I'm like, Violet. Violet girl, what?
More context on that, babe.
More context. Walk me through it like I'm 2.
But okay, explain it to me like a 2-year-old.
Like, please.
What? I don't even know what something about the color is different. Is that what you're meaning?
Yes.
Like, finish
she
the
won't
sentence.
finish her thoughts.
Finish it.
It's bothering me. I'm like, give me the full thought,
For
please.
someone who is gonna be a scribe, you really don't know how to have a coherent thought.
Here's the thing, though. This has been a thing since Fourth Wing of either her not finishing the thought or getting interrupted or something. And it's like, it's whenever Rebecca is going to give us like information, then it's her way of taking it away. And I get it, but I'm like
author
a little bit annoyed that it's just the same thing over and over again, you know,
all the time.
Yeah. Another weird thing, back to back. Okay. This is a quote. I miss this. I lean into the bond, like I can somehow burrow myself into it if I try hard enough, bury myself in us. In terms of intimacy, this is even better than sex, Xaden finishes, and I find myself nodding instead of lecturing him about reading my intentions. But that wasn't ... Violet.
Violet, bitch. He's reading your thoughts. He's reading your fucking everything. He's all of it.
Why does she keep cutting herself off like this? And then it goes on to say, has he been honing his signet like Riddick? Yeah, girl.
Why ask the question if you already know the answer?
Yeah, girl. I
Why
think
do
he
you ask the
has.
I
think
she's
he
so
has.
Infuriating. He's literally just been reading your thoughts.
He's
babe.
reading your thoughts, and I don't even think he can control it.
I don't even think he gives a fuck.
Yeah.
But you don't either.
He really
Fucking
is. I don't really
weirdo.
think he is the same person. How much has he read? And it's just, he's letting himself slip is what it is.
Well, yeah, he's like, don't talk to me, don't touch me, because I might get some things I don't need.
No, but
And then he's going like, I know what you're saying in your head right here. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's like
he's
you're giving
going
it
against his own word.
But you're giving it away.
Yeah.
That you're doing that.
He's not being slick.
Mm-hmm.
Be slick, Xaden.
Okay, let's move into our last chapter.
Just a funny little thing. Mira dissing Brennan basically when she says to Halden about Arik being a writer, he could have let you think that he was dead. I was
like we thought about our brother.
We thought about our brother.
Okay. Unfortunately, runes are not my strong suit.
Just like Xaden. I mean Violet.
Just like Violet, we are one and the same. But I'm curious why some of the runes work off the continent. So is Violet.
Do we think it's because of like the organic matter in them? If it's like tied to the roots?
I like for
continent?
real, I'm not the right person to ask. Like they really confuse me.
Neither do I think Rebecca is. Like that wasn't even a diss. It was just a straight up.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I do think that runes are going to play a really big part considering they're like the book cover and we're learning more about them. But I just personally don't understand them enough to make an educated guess.
That's really fair. I think that, I don't know, I just compare runes to so many other fictional things that like sometimes it gets lost in the sauce of like what is actually being intended for them. So my understanding of runes is like the same thing where it's like it's just up to my own personal interpretation, which is probably not correct.
Yeah.
Nor is like anyone else's probably, because we don't really know it a lot.
Yeah.
Violet doesn't know a lot.
Yeah.
We only know as much as she does.
It's true. Violet brings up, quote, though I can't tell if it's the amethyst disc or the same rune on the one of the daggers Xaden gave me last year. This is talking about the sun protecting rune.
I just think it's so weird to me.
And the thing is, it has to be.
Yeah.
Rebecca wouldn't have put that line in if it meant nothing. So it has to be the same.
It's when Violet's questioning herself is like, I feel like Rebecca telling us that answer, because she's literally saying like, I can't tell if it's this or this.
Yeah.
Like this thing that you already know about.
Yeah.
It's like,
she's giving us a multiple choice where one is very obvious.
Yeah. All of the above, girl, or what's the it says this is the right answer next to it. Like, I can't tell what you're giving me, Rebecca. But I think you're right. That's very obvious.
Yeah.
I think that we've been giving a lot of credit to Rebecca about writing this world. but we like went to like the beach basically, and then we went to like this beautiful like outside castle kingdom thing, and then now we're in the jungle. Like, I get it, it's like our world where we have different things too.
Yeah.
But something about it, just want to say I love the
world building.
And like the diversity of just like all of the different parts of the world here.
I agree.
And then we gotta kind of start the conversation about the Sorengale's grandparents. This is it Lilith's parents?
Yes.
Is it?
I believe so.
Okay. And how we didn't really get a lot of information from them.
No, we know that they don't talk to her, but Mira, the only thing she reveals is that it was not from the grandma's side. It was the parents that separated from her.
So it's like we don't know.
And they've been lying to them then, obviously.
Yeah. And this was like the first time we kind of heard about them.
Like, we didn't even know she had living relatives.
No, not at all. Not at all. And like Violet, rightfully so, getting mad at Mira.
Yeah.
Being like, what the fuck? You just saw grandma.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even know. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why Mira's just so sketchy to me. That's like, I know she knows.
Yeah.
I know she knows. Even if she tries to deny it, I know she knows.
I don't know. And then her just being like, you got to ask her yourself. Mira.
You know, you don't think Violet has like...
And Violet's like, with what time?
She's like, have you seen my calendar?
Yeah. She's like, I'm literally trying to
Shoot
save
me an Outlook invite.
The world right now.
Like, I have, like, ask me in 7 months.
Yeah.
I'm booked until then.
Yeah,
she
really
to our
is
grandmother.
Booked and busy, but...
Stupid.
Okay, so last thing that I want to bring up. The soldier at Unnbriel has an emblem of 2 crossed swords over a horseshoe.
That's like 4 references to Dune.
Yeah.
Or like, 4 references to Dune within 3 chapters.
So I'm sure we'll talk about it more in the next episode when we're like actually in Unnbriel, but just had to bring that up.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Okay, let's go into favorite quotes. LOL. I just saw you.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just be straight up right now. All of my quotes were quotes in the deep dive that I wanted to discuss.
Very
so
fair.
I don't have any.
No,
for
you're
this.
good. I can say this for the both of us because I'm sure you like
I don't
this
care.
one too.
You could take credit.
It's from Xaden, chapter 26. My loyalty is to Violet first above everything, above everyone else. Get you a man that says that. Okay, thriving and theorizing. This is not a theory, but I don't know what. I think when I was reading about how she was talking about his eyes now being amber, I was like, what do we think at this moment? Now it could change. We don't have to have an answer, but just start the combo of different book names for book 4. So Fourth Wing was named because
they're
in the Fourth Wing. Iron Flame, they were Lilith. Onyx Storm, Eyes Storm.
They're in an Onyx
Storm. Again, book 4, we have no idea, but I just am trying to kind of calculate what we think. Now I'm looking at your books.
Me too.
If we're going in this color order,
it's going to be white.
It's going to be white.
Or maybe white to something.
White to blue. White to... I don't know. I think I saw a girl's comment where it said that the books are going to resemble the 3 dragons. So, like, the first 2 are gold. We see black, and then we'll go into blue for Sigale.
Oh, you guys are smart.
I don't know. I was a very dark... It was like a deep, deep, deep comment I saw
I like that. Yeah.
So, I don't... Again... don't have any idea, and this isn't like a real thought, but just trying to think ahead as to what we think that the next book would be.
I mean, we know it's got to be 2 words.
Yeah, she loves a 2
I'm
word.
assuming.
Yeah,
I'm assuming. I don't know. Amber sky, amber cloud. I don't know, just something stupid, but I just thought about it. I was like, that should be very interesting as to what the next one would be. Or it's not, maybe it's not even about like correlated to Xaden at all. Like maybe it's something else. But like, of course, he's still in the realm of things. But
I don't know. Just wanted to bring that out there.
I wonder if she has the book titles already.
I wonder too. I don't know her process.
I would love to
picking
know
these.
her process.
Yeah.
I really would.
I wonder if she like just writes it and then feels.
Yeah,
Like
figures it out after. Yeah.
Or if her editor says like, I think it should be named this. They have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm very curious.
Very curious. I feel like she answered that question for Iron Flame, but I can't remember.
I mean, she's kind of said that she starts out with like plot points.
Mm-hmm.
We know she writes in a W,
Mm-hmm.
but
I don't
that's
really
it.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just something to think of. Okay. Final jam, everybody. Really random songs I picked, but Animals by Maroon 5. Should I explain? No.
Okay.
That shout out to Shira and
Sheba
Shauna
and whatever.
and Sheba Queen. And then my last one is Holding Out for a Hero. Not by me.
I know. I like how you put by you.
But I thought that song because I thought how hot would that be to listen to that song while he's like slaughtering.
Yeah, he's twisting all their necks.
Yeah, it's hot.
Okay, mine is kind of on the flip side. So it is Maestro by Hans Zimmer.
Very different.
So if you guys don't know what song that is, it's like the theme of the holiday.
Mm-hmm. I love that movie.
I do too.
I
I can see it when they are like flying into one of these new places, and when she's describing like how beautiful everything is.
Oh my gosh.
Just like the instrumental of them flying in.
How
Obviously they probably couldn't use it because I'm pretty sure it was written for the holiday, but it just something magical sounding like that and like uplifting that they're like getting to experience this new place.
Oh, so good. That's a great song choice, Brittany.
Thank you.
Look at that. I did Maroon 5. It was just because of the name.
Yeah.
Anyways,
yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode.
Yes.
Hopefully it wasn't too chaotic for you.
Sorry.
And I'm so sorry if it seems like I'm so tired.
We'll be
We're
better
here.
next week.
Yeah, because that's a weekend.
Because it'll be a weekend. It won't be after work for us. So
we love it. But we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Let us know your thoughts. I know we're kind of getting towards the halfway point for the book. So if you guys have any theories, I know we've been kind of saying that a lot on our social media, but we really, really do want to hear from you guys and hear your guys' opinions so we can talk about it on the pod. And also shout out to all of you who have said something to us. We really appreciate that. And we're just trying to collect everybody's thoughts so we can, put it in all together. But we hope that you guys will catch us on Instagram and TikTok. You guys can find that all in the description. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week, huh?
we'll see you next week, everybody.
If you're listening to this on Monday,
oh my gosh,
tomorrow's our birthday.
Happy birthday to us.
Happy birthday to us. And also, I think you guys, it should be by this point, but we have some, like a little surprise for you guys for our birthday. We are going to be having a discount code for you guys for the merch. So if you guys want to check that out, look at the description. The camera is dying right now, so we gotta go.
Okay, we'll
Bye,
see y'all
everyone.
later,
We
everybody.
love you.
Bye.
Bye.